Everyone, I've spent the last few days upcycling these bedside lockers, and in this video I'm going to show you how I did it. This is the before picture. The lockers had a wooden veneer on them but had been painted white. I cleaned them up, put another primer coat of white on them and painted them with some grey paint I had in my shed. The paint I used is suitable for wood, and it's important to check that first because it does make a difference to the overall finish. I put 2 coats of grey on, and while I was waiting for the paint to dry, I found some material I really liked that I wanted to use as a cover for the drawers. It was a cloth bag in this gorgeous green colour with gold flecks. I cut it up and ironed it. Then I took the handles off the drawers and measured out the material to fit the front of the drawers, leaving a tiny bit for the edges. I put diluted PVA, that is 1 part PVA to 1 part water, on the front of the drawer and stuck the material on it. For the second drawer, I also used some double-sided sticky tape on the side as some of the edges kept coming up. It didn't look great when it was finished initially, because you could see the PVA coming through, but I put 2 coats of varnish on it in the end and it turned out really nice. I also spray painted the handles with a metallic paint that's suitable for metal. Here you can see that I've measured out the top of the table and I've marked it out with masking tape. This made it easier to practice the pattern and also figure out how many bits of mosaic I'd need. I ended up grinding the pieces of glass that you can see around the edges so they'd be smoother, and then you wouldn't cut your hand on the edges of the table. This was a good idea aesthetically as well. To start adding the pattern to the table, I mixed up 1 part PVA to 1 part water to fix the mosaic in place because you do need some kind of adhesive, and I just started adding small pieces patch by patch. It was pretty time consuming but also really relaxing. As I went along, I realised it was better to put the pieces closer together, and it made the overall area look better, and when the grout went in, if there wasn't too much space between the mosaic tiles. I got a big box of mosaic pieces from KM Evans, or so any art supply shop or maybe a tiling shop would have it. This is the second one. To put the grout in place, I got a tub of mosaic grout in an art supply shop. I put it on really thickly at first and used a spatula to move it around. I realised then that I probably put it on too thick, but you can just use the spatula to take away any excess and you can reuse it. It's water soluble as well, so it's great, you can put it in the sink. After I left it dry for about 10 to 15 minutes, I used a wet sponge to get rid of any excess grout. I ended up repeating the process more than once just because I wanted to get the grout level with the tiles as much as possible. Finally, I was able to add handles to the drawers and reinsert the drawers into the tables, making sure I was doing it the right way around, so I had to do this more than once. But that's how you learn, I guess. I'm so happy with how these turned out. It was definitely a longer project than usual and required more days than planning, but it's decorative as well as functional, which is always a plus. I hope this has inspired you for some of your own projects, and thanks for watching. Bye.